HBO and Cinemax and these other things. I have spent my time being a critical thinker as a rebel, always never being satisfied with the details of a politician or a patriot or a preacher. I'm satisfied with the details of what is truth. That's what I'm satisfied with. And we never, as me and Wires has been talking for a long time, and me and Cindy and several others, we better never stop growing and better never stop understanding that knowledge is supposed to increase with us. And with the increase of knowledge comes an increase of freedom. Okay? Now let's get started here. I don't want to keep y'all all night. It's already great. Goodness. Y'all just trying to stay with me or go. Okay? Wires and Bob, drink you some coffee. I'm finna get me a drink of water before I get started here. Bob, you threw that ammo? Oh, yeah, Bill. Yeah, Bill. Before I get started here, Bob's over there drinking some coffee. Don't spill no coffee on the powder. We only got a limited supply. All right, hang on before I get started here. All right, Bob loaded some ammo while Wires is out there on watch. I'm gonna check this. I gotta check it, Bob. I trust you, but we gotta make sure that everything we're doing here. Yep, KSOR link 3592. Good job, Bob. But I ain't through checking you, Bob. Let's see, Bob. Let's see, Bob, what you got going on here? Hold on, Bob. Hold on, Bob. Don't get upset. I'm gonna bring you some donuts to go with that coffee. Wendy and Cindy's in there making homemade donuts out of that flour and that meal we put up back. I told you, brother, you got all the donuts you want in a minute. Hang on, Bob. Oh, boy, I gotta tell you, this family of the Creator, some of us are rebels, and Bob's one of them. Quick check on this ammo, and we'll get back to showing you about how the Constitution did not work, but how the Word does. Beautiful, Bob. Case overall length, just what it needs to be. Weight of case, bullet, and powder, and primer, just what it needs to be. All right, Bob, eat your donuts. Cindy, you mind bringing Bob a couple of donuts? Bring him 3 so he won't whine. Ladies and gentlemen, remember how a word, maybe I'll sit right here with you. Remember how the Word declares that we should not set up idols? Let's begin. Y'all ready? Do we have a national idol? Followers of the Messiah. Now I'm going to do a lot of reading here and a lot of expounding. And this will probably be part of the tonight show too. I probably won't do one tonight because I'm going to be a while on this one. Okay? Followers of the Messiah have a responsibility to hold up the principles based on the Word in every aspect of life, including government. Followers of the Creator, by way of Yeshua, okay, they want to create a better atmosphere, a better place that they can live. But they will not achieve it by promoting the Constitution. Why? Because the Constitution, as I'm going to prove to you today, is not a document based on the principles and the foundations of the Word. But it actually conflicts. It actually conflicts with the Word of Yahweh and the teachings of Yeshua. And it absolutely is hostile for us to accept it as being the living, breathing document of freedom. Because as I remember and I recall, who the sun sets free is free indeed, not the Constitution. Now, it is possible for an idol to become so entrenched in the fabric of society that even the people of the Creator have failed to realize and recognize it for what it really is, and what steps it takes to get rid of this idol. The Constitution is an idol. I told y'all I apologize in any video I made telling you to get back to the Constitution. I knew what I knew then. This is what I know now. And see, the thing about it, the hardest thing for people to do is change and accept change. After the knowledge comes, the first thing that happens is they get mad. They get mad. And then after they're mad, they have to make a decision. And it's hard to make a decision when you have a fleshly anger. So after the madness comes, you need to cool down a little bit. And then you just really need to take a look. You need to take a look at what I am presenting to you today. And I would beg you, in all humility, because you're listening to this and you don't want any blood on your hands, that once you hear what I'm saying to you today, based on the black word, the black book, which is the word, that you would make an effort to pass this on, because it's utmost of the importance. I wouldn't sit here and gather all this stuff up if I didn't think it was well, could mean life and death pretty soon. But anyway, the Constitution it is an idol. It has been set up and it is an idol. Okay? Let's move on. The Constitution embodies the following biblical infractions among many others. Somebody's going to want to give me some slack, say, well, it's better than nothing. I would say to you that the only solution we have is the Word. The only solution we have is one king and one master. Now, this is where I'm at, y'all. This is where I've grown to. And this is the way it is. But the preamble of a new national God instead of Yahweh. Article 1 usurps Yahweh's legislative powers. Article 2 takes away the executive authority of Yahweh. Article 3 supplants Yahweh's judgments. Article 6 is a repudiation of following the Messiah. Amendment 1 is a promotion of pluralism and idolatry. Amendment 2 replaces the biblical authority and responsibility of you and I to keep a sword or a pistol or whatever weapon we desire. Amendment 8, condemnation of Yahweh's judgments. Are y'all going to stay with me through this, or do I need to do this by myself and try to record it? I know we're already at 5 o'clock, but I'm not going to apologize, because I've still got a long way to go. Now let's go with the preamble. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote general welfare, and secure what? The blessings of liberty to ourselves, our posterity, and to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Constitutionalists often claim the Constitution was divinely inspired. And it was. It was. But it was inspired by a small g God known as we the people. I'm going slow. Yahweh was abandoned when the framers penned the first 3 words of the preamble and put their signatures to the social compact. We the people. Then it became a national replacement for the living word of Yahweh and Yahshua. The United States Constitutional Republic is one of many governments is in which the people have replaced Yahweh as the God of their society. They replaced Yahweh as being the creator and the controller and the maker and establisher of laws. A government's laws. Listen to this. This it really excited me because I've been trying to say this, but I didn't know exactly how to say it. That's why there are many other people that we can be taught from that are good people that are in the same. Listen to me. That are in the same place we're at, or have been shown a level above us, and we are teachable by those few. I'm not teachable by the world. I will not be taught by politicians. I will not be taught by them. Okay? Now, having said that, people like to recoil at the idea that somehow or another a government's laws reflect this morality and the source of that morality. For instance, see, if you want to know what your government represents, all you have to do is look at the people and the fruit they bear. All you have to do is look at the laws they've passed, and you can see that this Constitution was nothing but a farce and an idol to make you think that you got what? Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, the babies don't have life, the babies don't have liberty, the babies don't have pursuit of happiness, i.e. abortion. But it was passed by your government under the Constitution. Now, if you take the Torah, it says, "Thou shalt not shed innocent blood." Let's move on. You see, you got to understand, because of the United States government and their seduction, they had to keep a little bit of morality in there called, the Second Amendment, this, that, and other, that they said you can have based on the Constitution. And I'll get to that part here in a little bit. And as y'all know before, and I've told you again, my rights come from above. They don't come from D.C. Okay? Let's move on. What about this? Psalm 118, 8 through 9. Huh? It is better to trust in Yahweh than put confidence in man. It is better to trust in Yahweh than to put confidence in his princes. Now I'm talking to, here and understand me now. I'm talking to us, the believers, first and foremost, but I'm also talking to the non-believer that listens to Steve Quayle, that listens to Alex Jones, that listens to Sean Hannity, that listens to Rush Limbaugh. I'm talking to the whole people because it's my duty. Some will understand what I'm saying, some will not. But it's not my duty or responsibility to make them understand, but it is my duty to put forth and bring it forth because I've accepted him as my Savior, the Messiah. I was called by him to be a laborer under the harvest, and therefore I have to labor in the way that the King says to labor, which is Yeshua HaMashiach, and not labor in the way that the government or the politicians or the representatives say to labor. I have to labor according to the way he says to labor. I have to conduct myself daily in the way he says to conduct myself, meaning the Messiah. And I have to pledge my allegiance to the Messiah, not some stupid flag. Okay? You hear me? I have to support the brethren that are prepping themselves for the tribulation, spiritually and physically. I cannot and will not and don't have any support for a military conflict killing innocent people. You see? Now let's move on. The constitutional form of government established in the late 1700s was not practiced in the 16 or 1700s early. A change of law in government occurred in the late 1700s, not only